Oh no, now it's recording. Okay. Ah. Ahaha. Part 1. I've decided to make a biography video of my life because I'm a painter, and people always get when you read biographies of painters, it's always terrible, and they actually know nothing about the painter, and they just write, well, could have been Van Gogh chopped off his ear, or Gauguin, or some woman, I don't know, who knows. So I thought I'd, because it's very easy these days, I can just put it on YouTube, and then that would be the, well, I don't know, definitive version, I suppose, because it's from my own mouth, and as opposed to somebody else writing it, if anyone ever was going to. So, no title or anything. I just say I'd start. I guess I section it into ages or years or something. So it depends on your patience. So I would start with the years when I was 0 to 3. Right. So I was born on Edith Watson Ward in Burnley General Hospital. My parents were very young, 20, 21, something like that. Very young, and both were, I don't know, my dad worked, no, he didn't work, he was doing some sort of qualification, engineering through the Merchant Navy, and he had to go on ships a lot, and he's chronically seasick, so he had a really good time being carried about from station to station because he couldn't actually physically move. My mum left school at 15, worked in factories and stuff, and then they met in Burnley at the Mecca, the famous Mecca, which is now Bingo Hall, I think. But it used to be a disco up when I was alive. When I was a teenager or something. Well, a very good disco, to be frank. But anyway, it was a disco. And from that point on, I guess I was a shotgun wedding type of situation. Like, my dad got my mum pregnant, and they decided to get married. And my dad was totally fed up with England, and my mum was like, whatever. And so they applied to emigrate. They had two options: was Zimbabwe? No, not Zimbabwe. What am I talking about? Australia and South Africa. And they chose. Well, in the end, I asked my mum, why didn't you choose Australia? Because that would have been a lot better. But she chose South Africa because it was the first one that came out. All right, then. So, at the age of 2, I was an immigrant to South Africa on a boat. I have obviously no memory of this. We'd left a place in Burnley called Duke Bar, Waterbarn Street. All my mum and dad's family were from Burnley and Todmorden, more or less, and they decided to make a break for it. But she was following her my great aunt, her Aunt Carol, who'd already moved to South Africa with my Uncle Harry and her cousin Philip, who were already living in South Africa. Harry was a builder, and Carol worked at OK Bazaars, which is a bit like, I don't know, South African version of Woolworths. as some kind of accountant or something. And anyway, so there you go. Very interesting. And so we crossed the equator when I was 2, apparently. I don't know. This all hearsay. Like, I was born, the minute I tried to find out the time I was born, and the best I got out of them was that my dad was watching Star Trek. That was the only... And I said, well, when was Star Trek on then? And they're like, I don't know. Nobody knows. So I have absolutely no clue what time I was born. It's not on the birth certificate. So you get people asking you all the time, what time were you born? But in fact, I don't know. Whatever time they showed Star Trek on British television in 1970, December. So as Sagittarius, as I later turned out to find out, I was actually an Ophiuchus, which is the 13th star sign. 13th star sign, which was outlawed by Julius Caesar, because he's and he outlawed it because he wanted everything to be even and 12s and stuff like that, so he got rid of it. And so Ophiuchus, which is what I am, was outlawed by Julius Caesar. But that's why we have the 12 months, because of Julius Caesar. But, I rebel. I have an Ophiuchus tattoo here. I don't know if you can see that there. Basically, it's the sign of medical stuff. Like, you see two snakes wrapped around a cross or something on the back of an ambulance or whatever. That's the sign of Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus, however you want to say it. That's the sign. It was the 13th star sign, and it was sort of late November to mid-December. Anyway, I am that star sign. I was born during that period, but I only found out later in life. So. There's somebody at the door. Hold on.